Welcome to Melis Fairy. I'm still sick, so I'm sorry if I sound a little funny and nasally. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about a theory that's been on my mind since the first time I played Breath of the Wild. And I do want to say that this is purely a theory, and while I will be pointing out the things that make me believe it, it's all up to interpretation and it's not factual, because if it was fact, it wouldn't be a theory. My theory is that Urbosa was in love with Zelda's mom, the Queen of Hyrule. It is a known fact that Urbosa and the Queen had a close friendship, and that after the Queen's passing, Urbosa became a surrogate mother to Zelda in a way. What makes me think that maybe Urbosa's feelings for the Queen were more than friendship is the intensity in which they are presented to us. While we don't know a lot about the Queen, it's fair to assume that she and Urbosa met during diplomatic visits to Gerudo Town, since the King wouldn't have been able to enter the city. We get a glimpse of how close they became with Urbosa's diary entry. I will be putting the whole entry on screen if you want to pause and read it. But the bit I wanted to focus on is that Urbosa's initial thought when meeting a newborn Zelda was that she hoped Zelda would be as dignified and beautiful as the Queen. This sets up a pattern and trend of Urbosa mentioning the Queen's looks, as someone enamored would do about a crush or love interest. Considering they were dear friends and Urbosa knew her very well, I did find it curious that her beauty is something Urbosa felt the need to focus on here, and then a few other times later, which I will mention in the video. Her protectiveness over Zelda is also something that sticks out to me. She isn't just a mother figure to her, but sees a lot of the Queen in Zelda and wants the Queen to live on in her. In one of the memories in Breath of the Wild, we have Zelda ask Urbosa why she calls her little bird, which is then revealed to be because the Queen would call her that. She then mentions the Queen's beauty again, saying she had the sweetest smile that ever graced our land of Hyrule. In this moment, Urbosa also says, "Sometimes I forget myself and get lost in the past," and then goes silent. There is once again a level of intensity in her feelings for the Queen that to me read as more than friendship. Now, the one thing I can't decide on, if this is the case, were Urbosa's feelings returned? Did the Queen love her back? And honestly, I'm not sure. The only moment that could hint at that, if you squint, is a scene from Age of Calamity between Urbosa and the King, which is kind of awkward. Urbosa comes to the King's rescue in a battle, and mentions that Zelda is looking for him. She calls Zelda our little bird, and says our Zelda's wings have gotten so strong. She fully places herself as a parent figure in this dialogue, as equal as the Queen and King. Does that mean she was more involved in raising Zelda than we initially thought, perhaps alongside of the Queen? Or is she just projecting her feelings, wishing that were the case, and getting lost in her emotions? She then mentions to the King that Zelda might be getting stronger than her mother. At no point was the Queen mentioned in this dialogue before, so Urbosa kind of brings her up out of nowhere. And I don't think this is meant to be humorous, but the King just looks at her and says thanks and walks away. I could be imagining this awkwardness in my head, it is fully possible, but I do think it stands out. So what do you guys think? Am I completely crazy, or is there something here? What I can say is, canon or not, it is a couple with potential. And I wish we had gotten more entries of Urbosa's diary, so we could either prove this theory or debunk it. Let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching.